tuned in to G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button as you come on in. I have two very special guests on the line with me. Guest number one, manager extraordinaire out of Iowa, Mike Patterson. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, G5? Thank you for having me once more again, man. I appreciate it, as always.
No problem. And guest number two, is a part of a legendary boxing MMA family, trainer of my guy Tristan, a.k.a. Tree James. We got Pepe Pena in the building. What's going on, Coach?
Not much, G. How you doing?
Everything's good. Everything is good. On behalf of the channel, we appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule to come hang out with us today. Really appreciate it. For the people that are not familiar with you and the famous Pena family, give the people some insight on yourself and your family.
Yeah. My name is Pepe Pena. I'm the oldest grandson of Venmo Pena, legendary boxing coach here in Iowa, Hall of Fame boxing coach. Oldest grandson, came up in boxing. Just been around all my life since I was 5 years old. I just turned the big 5-0 this year. So
Congrats.
I've been around it for a long time. So, you know, I had my little chances fighting when I was younger, you know, making some wrong choices, you know, just didn't keep me. Now that I see it, you know what I mean, now that I'm older, I can see where my wrongs were at. You know what I mean? Just because I was part of that family, I just thought, you know, I'm cool. You know what I mean? I'm not cool, but I just don't know one to mess with me. I just do what I got to do. I still did my boxing thing and all that stuff. And then I just, you know, got into some teenage years and wasn't dedicated like my Uncle Pat was. He was the real one in the family. When it comes to boxing, one of the best amateur boxers in Iowa. Always looked up to him, knew when he was going out of town and this and that. I just wish I would have got a little bit more deeper into it like he did. But now that I caught a second chance for me of my life, now I'm opening my gym, so I'm trying to help these kids not make the mistakes I made when I was coming up.
That's deep. That's deep. That's real deep. Now, Coach, you are the trainer of Tristan, a.k.a. Tree James. For the people who don't know, can you explain to the people how you two hooked up?
Well, there's a little story with me and Tree. I ran into Tree when I first got back into boxing after many years. I quit boxing when I was about 21 and 19. It's going to sound like a long time ago to you young cats. 1991. And then I started a family, moved up here to Des Moines, moved back home, came back up to Des Moines in 2001. And when I was up here in 2001, I didn't even know boxing still was even up here. I didn't hear anything about any boxing clubs. It was kind of weird because I wasn't really into social media. I think it was MySpace back then or something like that. So nothing was really, I really didn't know. I was just
MySpace
or Space Mice or whatever it's called. You know what I mean? One of them things.
Right.
I'm not a big social media person either. So I found out that there was a gym up here. So I went down there and I talked to the coach, Coach Jerry Holman, who was one of the first boxing coaches I met up here. And he knew my grandfather, and he was like, man, you just come here. If you want to help me coach, you can. You know, you ready to go, do your own thing. He goes, I'm cool with it. You just come in here and help us out. And that's what I did. And that's where I ran the Tree at Southeast Des Moines Boxing Club here in Des Moines. I think that was 2015 is when I met him. Tree is one of them cats back then. He was that Golden Glove champ, walking around, chest all out. You know what I mean? Tree knows. We talk about it all the time. To this day, to me, I always tell him I didn't really see Tree fight a lot when he was coming up. It was that I knew he got what I've seen in the gym. He fought. And he won a lot with his being tall, lanky, and athleticism.
Mhm.
That's what I've seen, and that's what I learned over working with him. And because the thing was, when we were at that gym, he was king of Iowa. He was king of his gym, this and that, but he just didn't listen. He didn't listen. So I really didn't work with Tree back when I was at that boxing club. It was kind of weird. We did not work together because I did not want to work with him because he didn't want to listen. He wanted to do his own thing, this and that. And where I come from, you don't listen, you don't get no knowledge.
Correct.
So he got no knowledge from me whatsoever. He would tell you that from day one. He would tell you that. And then, I went off and did my own little thing, got my gym opened up. And then beginning of the month, before this pandemic hit, his management team come knocking at the door at the gym, coming in, saying, hey, we want you to work with Tree. First they said something about Tree James. I go, no, Tree James don't work out here anymore. I mean, he don't work out here. And I said, I used to train with him back at his old gym. He goes, no, we were sent here to get you, for you to be his trainer. So I'm like, okay. I said, so this girl named Amber came into my gym, and her dad is Tree's management team, part of his management team out in California. So they sent her into me. So I got hooked up with Mark and started talking with Mark. And I told Mark, first thing I told him, I said, if Tree can't listen, I can't train him. Bottom line. And they said, oh, he's going to listen. Because if he don't listen, contract gets ripped up, then he's back to where he's at.
That's big.
And right then and there, boom, he knew what was up the first time he came to the gym. He's like, man, he's like, I should have listened a long time ago. And we always talk about this all the time. And he could see himself growing and getting better and figuring this out. And I was like, no, Tree, you can't do this because of that, because of that. This is why you're falling this way. Just fixing them all up. And it's to a point where he knows he's so much better than when he walked in the beginning of the year. He's so much better. I don't want to give out too much stuff because there's a lot of stuff we've been working on that people don't know. Patterson might know. You might know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I definitely got an idea.
You have an idea. Okay, so you like, what? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I definitely know what you're talking about, Coach. I want Jay to get some of that. That's that.
He's slick. We just don't want too many people knowing that.
Yeah.
I'll holler at you, G5, about that later and let you know in the inbox where I'll get that. But he's so much better at boxing. Listens. I mean, just if I hear that old Tree coming out, I'll shut it down real quick. I'm like, Tree, no. We can't have that shit up in here. We're not going back to the old days shit. That stuff ain't happening. Blah blah blah. You're looking at me, okay, I gotcha. And he saying that, and he works on it, and he doesn't do it. And I understand Tree gets, when he talks to young kids, I can just hear all the passion in his talking. But sometimes I'm like, Tree, calm down. Calm down a little bit, you know what I mean?
Fighter.
It's that fight in him. And I love that about him, you know what I mean? And the thing is, it's so hard about what's going on now with the pandemic and stuff, is that we've been working with each other since the beginning of February, and we had a match booked up, I think it was in April, and then everything got shut down. So we've been together since February and haven't had a fight yet. We took a couple fights. Can we kind of talk about the fights? About the fights we took, and they told us we took one with PBC, and we thought we got to fight. And they must have did their research, and they called back and said, we don't want that fight.
Coach, that happened.
Yeah, I said, damn. And then a month later, Golden Boy comes calling. Oh, we got this prospect for Golden Boy. We want it. We don't care. We want this fight. The other one was a PDC prospect, undefeated, and so was this Golden Boy. The boy was undefeated. We're jumping on this shit. Because Tree's 33 years old. We can't wait around. You know what I mean? So we want this fight. So we took it. They called back. No, we don't want to fight no southpaw. Come on, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, it's crazy. I'm like, I told Tree, I said, I'm trying to tell you, man, you got to stop posting all that social media shit because people are looking at what you're doing, they're seeing what you're doing, and they're like, no, hell no. If this dude has this record of fighting these guys and barely losing, now he's actually training with someone who knows what they're doing and got them looking like that, hell no. So So we had 2 fights we thought we had against 2 undefeated prospects, and they both turned us down.
That's so deep. So I ain't never heard that story. I'm glad I was on the phone.
Crazy. And that was just like a month ago or a month and a half ago. It's crazy, yeah. It's crazy. But she's a good guy. He works hard. He works really hard. He just needs to. I'm not talking about his old coaches or whatever, because Tree knows I'm different. I'm a different type of coach. And I'm an old school coach, straight up. I'm gonna tell you what you don't want to hear.
Right.
I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear. You know what I mean? If you can't take that, what you don't want to hear stuff, there's the door right there. And I open that door all the time when I sit there every now and then. When these kids aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, I know they should be doing, I tell someone, turn the music down. And once they hear me say, turn the music down, they know something's about to pop off. And it's usually me telling them what they need to be doing. And if they can't do it, open the door, there's the door, there's plenty of other gyms you can take that stuff to, because it's not going to work out here. And they all just go, and they start going back and get and do what they got to do. But I don't got time for all that nonsense stuff. So.
Right. Yeah,
well,
Tree is he's a unique talent. Let me explain that really quick, because I interviewed Tree. I'm pretty sure you heard the interview, but when I see Tree, you don't see too many big guys, and I'm talking height, length, that has that type of work rate in a southpaw stance. So when you said stop posting the social media shit, I kind of understand where you're coming from with that, because when you get called for a fight against a fighter, the first thing you're going to do is look on social media. Where's the tape?
Yep.
Where's the tape? So you have to, so now you have a conflict between putting yourself on social media to where you're, I guess you can almost say, marketing yourself, coach, and actually putting footage out there to where a prospect from a Golden Boy or a prospect from PBC will see 5 minutes worth of film on Instagram and say, oh, hell no, I'm not fighting him. Do you think Tree is going to run into that issue going forward? Because he is a unique talent in terms of his skill set. It's not. I could see if it was orthodox coach and he was doing those things, but the fact that he's southpaw and he's doing those things, it's not real appealing to that prospect that they're trying to baby to the top.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel that way, coach?
Yeah, I feel that way, but it's just, it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter on which way, just put it that way. He'll come at you both ways.
That is true. I seen that firsthand.
I'm like, the cat's out the bag now. He'll come at you both ways now.
Okay.
And the orthodox is nasty. The orthodox is nasty, and that's all because him working with me. And he'll tell you that straight up. He tells the kids that all the time. That's what I like about Tree. He'll tell them kids, if you want to get better, listen to Coach. Coach got you. He's going to get you better. He tells them kids that all the time. And that's mad respect right there.